So it's our first real nice 70-degree, looking like it's trying to be spring day, and I wanted to get out and make an EDC video and talk about some of the things I'm doing and will be doing this year, and just show you guys some of the things that are new to me and what I'm testing out, because I am going to be doing stuff like this on a regular basis on this channel. So I'm just going to start out real quick with, I've got 3 different folding knives here, a fixed blade, an EDC pouch, and I'm going to talk about a multi-tool that I'm using right now. So we'll start off with the folding blade knives, and the first one is, this is the Kaiser Towser S. Now this knife is in 154 cm for the blade steel. It is a liner lock. It's got a great action. It's probably the least expensive of the knives that I am testing out. I'll give you a good look at it. It's got a unique blade shape. One of the reasons I purchased it, it's really good for slicing, cutting open boxes, that kind of thing. It's got a nice deep carry pocket clip in it. Micarta for the handles, and it's pretty light for the size knife that it is. So that's kind of what attracted me to the Towser S from Kaiser. And I don't have an exact price on this knife right now because I haven't really looked at it since I bought it, but I paid right around $55 for this knife from a local retailer. So so far so good with this knife. I've carried it quite a bit, and I've been pretty happy with it thus far. Moving on to the Benchmade Mini Boost. Now this is a knife I picked up because I didn't really have an assisted knife, and this knife went on a really great sale earlier this year. It is in S30V blade steel. Comes with a deep carry pocket clip. It's got the fantastic Benchmade bar lock here. The name of that is escaping me, but if you know anything about Benchmade knives, you're familiar with that lock. And this is the coated blade option. They do have a blade that's in satin steel for this knife. Now it is assisted open, and it does have a small, if you can look at the back of it on the spine, it does have a blade lock on it, which I kind of like, because if I want to make sure this thing is not going to pop open in my pocket, or while I'm pulling it out of my pocket, I can throw that on. I haven't had any problems with any of these knives really doing that. But sometimes, you know, if you're wearing, you got more of a restrictive pocket space or something, that can happen. This knife has been a great everyday carry knife, and it's probably also going to be on the lighter side with the Kaiser. I've carried this one mountain biking, and I've taken it in the backcountry a few times, as well as just carrying it every day at work. So it's been a really great knife, and it was a great price. I think, don't quote me, but I think the Mini Boost may be discontinued. I'm not sure. That would be kind of a shame, because it's one of the only Benchmades that has a rubberized grip on it, which is really what I like. It is a super comfortable knife in the hands, and super confident grip on the Mini Boost for its size. And so that was a great pickup. I've had this for about 6 months now. Going into 2024, I will definitely be carrying it more. Now moving on to some of the knives that I carry more in the outdoors. And this is a knife I received actually for Christmas, and that is the Zero Tolerance 0350 Tiger Stripe. And I've actually been looking at this knife for a long time, and it was given to me as a Christmas gift, which was pretty awesome. It is a bigger knife, pretty confidence inspiring. It's got a slight assist to it, and it's a flipper. And as you can see by the blade wear and tear on this guy, I definitely use it. It is a Ken Onion design, and it is also in S30V, like the Benchmade. Incredibly comfortable knife to hold, and it's got this nice choil for your finger. It's just all around a great cutter, and I have really enjoyed it. In fact, it's probably been carried more than anything in my collection, because this knife in general feels the sturdiest of anything I own. It is extremely robust built and just confidence inspiring. and I've used it in outdoor situations like a bushcraft knife, and it holds up to that. It maintains a great edge. I just don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about this particular knife. And if you were thinking about getting one of these, it is a classic, and you will not be disappointed in this knife at all. Moving on from that, I just actually received in late January this knife, which is one of the first fixed blades I have bought in a long time. And this is actually a one-off hand-built knife. It is built by a one-guy operation here locally in southern Indiana. Eric Raish is his name. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But it is ERK Knives, and you can find him on Facebook. And this is what I've been primarily using as my outdoor knife. And as you can see, it is extremely well built. Very, very, very generous spine all the way down, full tang. I don't want to misrepresent what Eric does, and I had forgotten to ask him exactly what kind of steel he did use on this particular knife, as his knives have got quite a serious reputation locally. So it is not something I just bothered to ask him, because I knew when I told him what I would use the knife for, that he would pick the appropriate metal. So I will try to put that down in the comments once I talk to him and I get better information. Because as you can see, that is a coated blade. It's a classic shape. It's got a great generous sharpening tool there. Eric sends these knives out, and it has been a razor blade since day one, and I have used it to cut wood and process firewood and all number of things already, and this edge will not give up on this knife. It is the sharpest knife I have by a long shot, and it is extremely well fitted to my hand, as you can see. And it has been super enjoyable to get a new fixed blade and to start actually putting it to work in the outdoors. So that's been really great. Like I said, it is ERK Knives on Facebook. I will put that link down in the description of this video so you guys can find it. He does build these knives in batches. So if you're interested in getting a custom build, and believe me, they can get way more custom than this from Eric, you should probably contact him as soon as possible, because he does not do a whole lot at a time, because he heat treats them all in a batch and batch builds the knives. So I waited. I put my order in early October, received this knife in January, and it was well worth the wait. And it also comes with this Kydex sheath that he makes for them. It's got like a Blade Tech style belt clip on the back of it. Super well made, super well put together. The retention on it is great. Like I said, it's got a nice click to it, and I have carried this knife several times now in the outdoors. It is super comfortable to put on your belt, on your pack, wherever you want to keep it. You can move things around on this to make it mount in different ways. It's just an all-in-one type of package that you get from him, and you will not be disappointed if this is something that you need in your gear now. So look him up. Like I said, it's ERK Knives on Facebook. And I think that's about the only way to find him. Next up is actually something I said I was going to try earlier last year, and I finally got one, and that is this little EDC pocket pouch. I've actually had about 2 or 3 of them that I've just picked up for different things, whether it's organization within my backpack or whether it was just a place to organize things, period, at home. This actually I picked up because it is small enough, and this is the VE15 by Viperade. This one is small enough to put in your pocket, and to put in your pocket with a generous amount of stuff in it. And I'm gonna unpack this thing for you real quick, but as you see, it's got 2 little things on the front, little slips that right now I've got a baby banter, and I've got a small Coast flashlight in. And then on the back, it's got a nice Velcro patch area, and as well as a zippered compartment. Now, for this being no bigger than, I would venture to say most of you have a wallet this big. I don't carry a wallet, so I don't really have one to show you to compare it to, but this is literally as big as most guys' wallet, and I will show you everything I have in this, and it is an extremely cheap pouch too. So I have, like I said, I've got my Coast flashlight. Really great little flashlight you can pick up at Lowe's or Walmart or Academy. I've got the Baby Banter in here. So a nice little backup miniature pocket knife. I love the Baby Banter, by the way. This one's a Nitro V. So super cool little knife. And in the pouch, I think you guys will be surprised, I've got a Ride in the Rain ink pen. So one of their small collapsible style ink pens. I've got a Roxon multi-tool, and this is the scissors multi-tool. I forget the model number on this. I will put a link to Amazon down in the description. This is the one that turns into a pair of scissors. And then it also has a driver on it. So I have a small set of driver bits that go with the Roxon. And really, honestly, I've had a tool every time I've needed one out of this little driver kit. So for the price, for what this multi-tool costs, that's pretty amazing. And then I also have just a small ferrocerium rod from Light My Fire. So just a backup, kind of have it for an emergency type of thing. It fits in there really nice. It's a very small, like I said, it's not even the size of my my index finger. Super small little ferrocerium rod, and it did have a striker with it, but I took the striker off because I'm always carrying a pocket knife or something, so there's really no reason to pack the striker around with it as an emergency. So I've got those things, and like I said, to pack those all up is not hard. You're not really pushing the limits of this pouch. I could probably even get another item or two in this pouch, and it still comfortably fits in my pocket with everything inside of it. So it's been really fun to have, because if I'm going somewhere and I don't want to take a bunch of stuff with me, or like if I'm in the car and I'm going in somewhere that I think I may need something, that's kind of where this shines. Like, can't really get it back in here. I don't know what's going on here. I got something messed up. I'm just speaking highly of this thing, and I can't even get my flashlight back in it. There it goes. So I keep this in the car, and it's one of those things, like, it's super small. You can put it in your glove box, and it goes in your pocket super quick. So I can throw it in my pocket, and I end up walking away from my car with a flashlight, a pocket knife, a multi-tool, a bit set, a way to start a fire if I have to. I mean, it's literally like a baby bug out package. You know, ultra minimalistic, obviously, but it is a great little thing to have, and I've used it multiple times. I'm also an emergency responder and a firefighter here in Southern Indiana, so it has come in handy if I come up on a car accident or if I come up on somebody that needs some help. It has been a great little tool. I probably am not going to mess with this a whole lot, and I'm going to continue carrying it for the rest of the year. May swap out some things in it just for the sake of trying things, but that is what I'm carrying right now. And then in December, actually for Christmas, I also received a multi-tool, which I haven't had in a long time. I've never been a big multi-tool guy, but I did receive the Leatherman Signal for Christmas. And as you can see, I do carry it. I carry it every day, have been since I received it. And I've really enjoyed it. I've really got no complaints about this multi-tool. It's kind of unique. It's got a nice clip on it there, which I find to be pretty handy if I do take it out of my pocket or out of the carrier and I just want to hang it on something. But I also kind of don't know what to do with it most of the times, but I'm sure I will find more and more uses of it as time goes on. I thought it was kind of neat that they managed to get a sharpener right here. So you basically just release it like this. You have a small, just a really small sharpener for cleanup, you know, on a blade real quick, and that's neat. And they fit a ferrocerium rod on it too, on the edge there. So I found that to be neat. I like that it's colored. You know, the fact that it's green is pretty cool. It's one of my, obviously I've got lots of green stuff. But the pliers on it are really nice. It's got typical Leatherman quality. It's got the replaceable cutters on it, which are really light because I've already used the cutters several times on this. No complaints on the tools, really. It's got a screwdriver, a can opener. It's got an awl. It's got some things on it. You could probably find better reviews on the internet of this particular tool than I can give you right now. But I like the fact that you can also deploy both of the blades out of the tool when it's closed very easily with one hand, which, you know, is a generous little saw, and the saw does work. I've used it a couple of times. And then it's got this nice knife that's partially serrated that comes out. Got a nice little topo design on it, which I think is cool. So a lesson learned today, somewhere in the middle of talking about my Leatherman Signal, my battery fell off and died. And yeah, so fresh battery, now we're back again. But yeah, so I'll carry on a little bit about this. I've been carrying this every day since I've got it, like I said before, and I intend to carry it probably for the rest of the year, and unless I decide to swap it out with maybe another model. There are a few Leathermans out there that I'm interested in, so I may try another Leatherman, and I may even try Gerber. What are your guys' favorite multi-tools that you use, or favorite pocket knives? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments about what you carry, what you like to carry, and what has been good for you and what has been not so good for you guys. I can't really say. I've been really lucky this year of the time and money that I've spent on all of this stuff. None of it has really disappointed me yet. It is this is a great just general kit to have. I think it's been well curated, and I've gotten a little bit of something out of all of these tools, and they all kind of occupy a different space in my little EDC bubble. I would like to add a small foldable saw to my bushcrafting kit, and I would also like to try some bushcrafting style hatchets, because I've never really had a nice one, and so I've been looking at a couple different options there, and I will probably update that later on this spring as I've had time to test and check some of those things out. But other than that, this is my, you know, pretty much set up here for 2024, and these are the tools I'm going to be using constantly throughout the year, and I'll keep you guys updated if something fails or if I end up switching something out for some reason, and we'll go from there. But for right now, I'm pretty excited. It's been great so far, and I think it's going to be a great spring. So yeah, just remember to like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff, and until next time, see you later.